it's very easy to make the money, but the hardest bit is on saving it and investing it. That is where the game changer is. And yet that's the game changer actually. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Business Hub UG. I hope by now you have subscribed. You've watched the previous videos. If you've not, please go up, subscribe, and like and follow so that you don't miss content. So today we share about the business ideas that are available to the corporates. The corporates, I am talking to the people that are working, the ones who are doing 8 to 5. You have a job, you're a permanent employee. So we want to understand what are those opportunities, because the businesses are many out there, but there are those that work well with the people that are working for reasons that you have a time constraint because you're already working 8 to 5. And then also the capital that is required. It's important that you put all that into consideration, and also the skill set that is required for different businesses. So for some of those reasons, that is why we choose to focus on this. So today I will be sharing with you my top 10 business ideas that I feel that you should do as a corporate. Some I have personally done, and of course you can't do everything, and some are here for you to explore. My first would be for you to be able to do corporate training and development. This is more of consultancy, or use your skill set. Look out, what are you good at? What is that you do in your work environment? I'll give you an example. In where I work, there's what we have on job training. So they hire consultants, or they advertise within the organization, and they're like, if you have the skill, you identify, you read, improve yourself, and make sure you're good at a particular area. So they want to train more staff because the organization is always recruiting. So it will always want to train the staff that join the organization, and they pay per hour of what you train. So that's an opportunity that you can actually tap into and get to make extra monies. Or you could actually look out. Don't just focus on capacity building internally. You could focus on the outside world, because you are good at something. You're being hired. You're being sought after because your skill set is good. You're good at IT. You're very good at maybe trade. You're very good at maybe developing apps. You are very good at different areas. You're good in accounting. You're good in all your areas of field. In HR, you're a consultant. There are very many people that are starting up their companies out there, and they're looking for a better way to equip their staff. So take on that and focus on the outside and offer consultancy services. My top second would be for you to invest in real estate. Why I choose real estate is because it does not involve does not need daily involvement. Yes, it's capital intensive, but I believe if you're a corporate, I assume that you have saved up some money. That's the assumption that I have, and you have the finances. You're working, so you're looking for where do you put your money. There are various opportunities in the real estate. If you've not watched my video, you could refer to it. Go up there. It's already loaded. Please look out for the opportunities in real estate. Real estate, you could either buy land and later on it accumulates in value, buy in plots or acres, and then you sell them as plots. Or you could actually buy bigger chunks of land and divide this land. Or you could build rentals, apartments, and rent them out and collect your rental on a daily. You could build and sell. Just get a lump sum of money, go build and sell. So the beauty with this is, as opposed to daily merchandise, it's easy for you to monitor. It's very easy for you to account for. So it's easy to hold people accountable and make sure that your money is not misused. My third best would be for you to actually go for government bonds and securities. Now, government bonds can actually provide a relatively stable and secure investment options. When we talk about the government bonds here, there are those that are short term, there are those that are actually long term. So the short term, the treasury bills, these are always, of course, risk free. Investment period for these treasury bills, because they are considered short term, you have those that are running for 3 months, the 91 days. You have those that are running for 6 months, this half year. Or you have also those that are running for 1 year. That's the 364 days. So that is why we call them the treasury bills. So those are short term because they run for less than a year. Now, these, I would recommend this because of their return. They have a high return, which is between 9 to 14%. And that is a good rate for you, other than having your money sit in a bank or sit on account. You could consider investing in the government bonds and securities. So we also actually have the ones that run long term. Now, the ones that run long term are the treasury bonds. Now, treasury bonds, on the other hand, are issued also by the government through Bank of Uganda for investing to the public. So what happens is you reach out to your bank, reach out to the bank with which you bank with, and open up an account. So these long-term treasury bonds run for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then 15 years. So they are long term. Depending on how long you want to invest, you could choose whether to go short or to go long. And then the beauty is, the longer the period, the higher the return. Because whereas you have the other ones at 9 to 14, you have the treasury bonds run between 14 to almost 17%. And for me, that is a very, very good return. Okay, I know you now, this might have created a question: how much do I need? All that information you can read, but I know that the list that you need to start up is 100,000. So for each, they keep dividing them into 100K, 100,000, 100,000 Ugandan shillings. So you can buy as many as you can. Just reach out to your bank and have that conversation, because every bank has the accounts opened, and then they're able to really invest for you. Whereas they are profitable, and the rate that we've mentioned above, it's important for you to know that they are actually taxable. So even if you remove the tax, you have 15% for non-residents and 20% as tax that you're supposed to pay on the interest income that you gain from them. But then either way, even if they tax them, they remain very profitable. So it's one of those areas that I would really recommend that you go in. And the reasons why is for their safety, they're risk-free, then their returns are predictable over time because they are fixed. So they are known, unlike other turbulent investments. And then they are also good for long-term investment, like education and retirement. Ladies and gentlemen, those in the corporate world, I know we will not remain employed forever. So you reach a time when you want to retire, you're giving birth to children, the school fees is coming up. So it is a good investment for purposes of planning for the future. And then there is no value loss, because even if with treasury bills are considered extremely safe, because the government backs your principal investment and interest payment. So you are backed and protected by the government itself, because they're through Bank of Uganda. So even if they made a loss, the only thing it may affect your interest. But just know your principal is protected. Either way, you'll have your money. And then it's also an opportunity for you to diversify and invest in different things, other than getting all your eggs and putting them in one basket. My fourth recommendation is investment in the unit trust or insurance services. Ladies and gentlemen, I know most of us in the corporate world, you have dependents, you have families, you have children. They're things that you need investment also to prepare for, because they take the money. They're part of. So if you invest in your life insurance, if you invest in the insurance, pro-aid yourself for your children, if you invest and you're insured early enough, Some of those things, health insurance, these things will save you a long way. It's an investment that you can take on from the different insurance providers in the country. You can check them out and their socials. One specific one that I need to address is the UAP unit trust, because it is something that I have done and it has really worked for me. With the unit trust, the difference is you just need 100,000, open up your account, and then just keep depositing any amount of money. This money is available for you to get at any time you want it. The difference is you will have an interest rate of 10 to 12% depending on where they have invested the money, but then they compound it on a daily, and at the end of the month you have your statement. You're able to access your funds at any time you want it. So you may be saving up and you want to invest, or you may invest in, and then the next day or the next month you find you have a better deal where to invest your money, something with better returns on investment, so you can easily access your funds. The beauty with it, as opposed to just keeping your money seated somewhere on a bank account, is on a daily your money makes you profit, and then it also helps you to consolidate your money. It's easy for you to eat up your funds because you're in the corporate world, but other than salary, you have different things that you may choose to do businesses, and the money doesn't come in at once. So for you to be able to consolidate it and spread it out at once would be a good thing. So my other recommendation would actually be for you to open up a fixed deposit account with your bank. Fixed deposit accounts depending on the bank that you are actually looking at, they have a return on investment interest rate, which they give you, which ranges between 8.5 to 12% per annum. Now, this is a rate that is actually negotiable, and different banks flex those rates depending on the amount, depending on the period for which you're saving. And I would recommend that you engage at least three banks. Here we are not focused. For me, my interest is get the best out of your investment. So engage like three banks, see how much money you want to fix, negotiate the rates that you want, and choose the best that you would choose. Ladies and gentlemen, the fifth for me would be digital marketing consultancy. We know that currently there's a lot, or we have shifted. Even Uganda has greatly embraced technology. There's a lot of e-commerce that has mushroomed. Very many people are doing a lot of trading online. People are marketing their businesses using YouTube, using any other social media platforms. So offer digital marketing services. Here you can include things like social media management, because I know there are people that have social media pages, corporate organizations, that actually don't have the time to manage them. You could manage their websites. You could do content marketing for different businesses. And then also help the corporations, the different organizations to enhance their online presence. The next that I am recommending is, ladies and gentlemen, for you to invest in circles or get investment groups. If you actually have a circle in your work environment, don't overlook that opportunity because you just want to run out and open up a bar, go to Chukubo and then get general merchandise, or you want to run and deal in these other businesses that are time intensive. Much as they are high returning, ladies and gentlemen, the risks are higher. So it's with this you have less risk, and yet you also have a return on investment which is higher than some other different investments. So most of the circles you find will give you a return on investment between maybe 15, you have 15, you have 16, some 13. Of course, they're better than the unit trusts on the other side that are giving you 10, or not investing at all and eating all the money and spending it on partying, which is very possible for us not to save well in the corporate world because the demands are too many. So you waking up and choosing to invest part of your money in a circle would be a brilliant idea. If you don't have one in your workplace, you could come up together with your people, the association. Look out for your OGs, the people you went to school with, the people that you've been working with in different workplaces. Start up saving groups and investments. It is one way to hold you accountable and actually push you. One thing I have learned over time, it's very easy to make the money, but the hardest bit is on saving it and investing it. That is where the game changer is. And yet that's the game changer actually. So whereas you think you can do things on your own, it's very important that you consider working together. Start up different. Use your networks to benefit you. The seventh, ladies and gentlemen, is you can actually. Did you start up employee recognition programs? What do I mean? For every corporate organization, most likely your friends are people who are in the corporate world. So they are your go-to people, they are your connection in the different organizations. So most of those organizations usually want to recognize end-of-year people performers. They are doing events like corporate events, corporate leagues, then they have to run and do what. So actually you taking on events or incentives that do a lot of employee appreciation would be a good idea. You can do an event where you are maybe rewarding the best maybe employer of the year, and then doing awards like what the best organization, maybe organization with the best HR. Like organizations usually compete amongst themselves, so they definitely most times want this recognition. They need these recognitions. So you going out and starting out an event is one of the things that I actually thought about would be very wise. Ladies and gentlemen, my eighth would be team building experiences. Every corporate environment does team building because it's at the core and the center of performance. So you would start up something, organize team building activities and experiences that are designed to enhance collaboration and teamwork within the organization. Those that are looking at building their communication skills. Then secondly, you can actually create the virtual team building platforms. So it may not necessarily be of I have to, it's face to face or you have to get involved. You can create and actually offer virtual platforms and activities specifically designed for remote team buildings and strengthening connections. So you could, if you are not able to, you can actually also design those games. You can design them and note them and let the people pay you. Some of these things, I'm giving you activities or different things of how I actually personally make money because I do team building. Team building and capacity building is one of the fields that I participate in as a person, as I do as Roland Ventures. We organize, get the corporate teams on board, organize your team building. You have fun at the end of it all, and then we go out also happy. The ninth, ladies and gentlemen, is corporate travel management. If there is anything that is common in the corporate world, is people love to travel. Bambi, in the corporate world, we love to move. We spend our money and they're like, yeah, I've been working all through the year. How about I reward myself? It's time for vacation. It's time for Dubai. Take your family. I mean, you're able to afford it and you've worked for it. Yes, you reward yourself. But then as a person who is able to look at the business area, a business mind, if you have a business mind behind it, is please make sure that you start up something to actually manage travels, corporate travels of different people. Start a business that assists corporations in managing their business travel needs. You can do things like booking accommodations for them. You can book up transportation, coordinating itineraries, linking them up to different destination centers. Use that network. Use that network to make an extra coin. Use that network to build your resources, to build yourself. You can actually also establish concierge service with assistant corporations in managing tasks that involve travel arrangement, event planning, employee packs, very many of the things that you can do under corporate travel management. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not the least, and yet very key, is doing the employee assistant programs. Very, very key. Now, the employee assistant programs are things for me that focus more on things that the corporate world ignores. It's very easy for the corporate world to actually get busy and ignore key things that are very important in our lives. You could offer counseling services on real life issues that corporates tend to overlook because of their busy schedules. Things like mental health support, ladies and gentlemen. Mental health is real, and there's a lot of problems in the workspaces. People are stressed. So be able to offer support in the mental health sector. Be able to look out for the wellness services. You could offer training services. You're good. You actually do gym and you're very good. Take up in the workplace. Start with 2-5 your workmates in a small space, in your compound, anywhere, in a space that is safe for you, and train them. Do food and nutrition. Corporate people can ignore or not pay attention, pause to eat before you realize the day has ended. And these pose a lot of nutrition issues and food and weight issues. Very many of us are always on weight loss, dieting, and all that. So that's an opportunity. Talk about sex and marriage. Because of being so busy in the corporate world, most of the marriages of the corporates are actually affected. Very many people are battling with problems in there. So identify those areas. Give financial management services to the corporates, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, the list is endless. But think about those things that you know are very key and important in the life of any employee, and yet are commonly ignored. So, ladies and gentlemen, those are my top 10 that I was able to share with you. There are several others that you can look out for. But what I have to say, please be informed about what is happening in the industry, the advancements that are happening, understand the corporates that you are targeting, and the people that are going to consume these services. Understand what they need. And once that is done, let's make this money. Let's grow our income streams, and let's get rich together. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Leave your comments down. In the event that there's anything that you need more clarity on, I'll be glad to offer the support. Thank you so much. Till next time. Bye.